Sophia the First. Holiday in Enchancia.
Holiday in Enchancia.
Ready? Come on, mommy. Ready? Sure. Look at mommy. Time to take a medicine really quickly. 1, 2, 3. Rosemary, calm it down.
This is Sophia, and she is one excited princess. This will be Sophia's first Wassalia holiday in the castle, and she doesn't want to miss a second of it. Sophia is used to spending a quiet Wassalia with her mom. But James and Amber say that here in the castle, Wassalia is really different. There's a ton of food, a giant Wassalia willow, a fancy Wassalia candle, and lots of gifts. Happy Wassalia, Amber, says Sophia. It will be if I get that unicorn I've been asking for, Amber says. Just then, Sophia's mom Miranda comes in. Where's Dad? James asks. Miranda says he's out on urgent royal business with Bailiwick. He'll be back in time for the party, though, she says. While Sophia waits for her dad to get back, she goes to visit Minimus, her favorite flying horse. But when she gets to the stable, she finds out that all the other horses have colds. Minimus is okay, though. He tells Sophia that even though the other horses are sick, he's glad to spend the holiday with her. It has started snowing again by the time Sophia gets back to the castle, and her dad's still not home. Shouldn't he be back by now? Asks Sophia. Amber nods. It's almost time for the party. Miranda asks Constable Miles to look for King Roland. I want to go too, Sophia says. If she's going, I'm going, says James. Why don't we all go? Miranda says. We can take the flying coach. This is the only flying horse healthy enough to pull the coach. Minimus can do it, Sophia says. I'm not so sure about that, Minimus mutters. As the coach takes off, Clover, Robin, and Mia hop onto the back. They want to help find the king, too. Soon the coach is flying over the road. Sophia looks down and spots the royal horses. But there's no sign of the royal coach. The storm is getting worse, Constable Miles says. We need to turn around. Sophia shakes her head. We can't go back until we find Dad. Then the forest disappears in a flurry of snow. It's a blizzard. Poor Minimus. He's really scared, but he lands the coach safely. Constable Miles wants everyone to wait inside the coach until the storm passes. But Miranda knows Sophia is worried about Minimus, so she lets her check on him. What are we going to do, Minimus? Sophia says. We have to find Dad. Suddenly, Sophia's amulet starts to glow, and Princess Aurora appears. Princess Aurora, Sophia cries. Did you come to help us? It's not my help you need, Aurora replies. I could always count on my animal friends to help me through tough times, and so can you. When Sophia sees Clover, Robin, and Mia, she thinks that Aurora might be right. Maybe her animal friends can help. Sophia asks them to ask the creatures of the woods to help search for the king. Pretty soon, the message spreads through the whole forest. Help Sophia find the king. Then they see him. Before long, Robin and Mia return with good news. We found him. Amber looks puzzled. What are your birds doing here? Uh-oh. Sophia can understand what they're saying. but everyone else just hears chirping. Sophia has to think fast. I think they're trying to tell us something. Luckily, she convinces everyone to follow the animals. Minimus pulls the coach through the snow until it comes to a cozy little wood cabin. They knock on the door. Guess who's inside? King Roland. How did you find me? He asks. It's a Wassalia miracle, Sophia says, giving him a big hug. But how did you end up here? Roland admits to everyone that his urgent royal business was actually going to town to find gifts for them. But the road back to the castle was icy, and the royal coach got stuck in the snow. Luckily, says Bailiwick, this kind woodsman found us and invited us to take shelter in his cabin with his family. This is what the holidays are all about, Roland says. Spending time with your loved ones. Sophia looks at all the gifts her dad has for them, and she knows what to do. Happy Wassalia, she says, giving her presents to the woodsman's children. Then she helps her parents light the Wassalia candle. Sophia's first Wassalia with her new family isn't exactly like she expected, but they get to spend it together, and that makes it the best holiday ever. The end.
Take a medicine for Mommy.
Holiday in enchancia.
Sure. True. Let's go.
The end.